So, hi. Now, as I was having a rant earlier in my rant video about patents, I actually found it a little cathartic, so I thought I'd have another rant, and this time about health and safety. So, it is a personal opinion. If you want to share the opposite opinion, then by all means make your own video, open up your own channel and put that video up there. Don't think that I'm going to enter into a huge debate with you about the rights and wrongs of health and safety. I'm not. This is really just my feeling about the whole thing. And it's come up because at the moment I'm doing a lot with lead and fuming sulfuric acids. And of course it raises issues about your health and safety and how you ought to take care of yourself. Now, to my mind, health and safety has three aspects. One I totally agree with, and the other two I totally disagree with. Now, I live in England, and our health and safety legislation and health and safety in the workplace and that general kind of stuff is taken care of something by the health and safety executive, is what we call it. And the problem is that health and safety has gone so crazy in people's minds that the executive have actually set up a helpline called the Health and Safety Mythbuster. And that's because health and safety has a couple of other aspects to it. One of them is that it's implemented in the local area by the local council, and it's implemented badly by local council officials who are essentially jobsworths and get a thrill out of making up ridiculous rules, either to make your life harder or because they just can't be bothered to find the right answer. And this has led to some very odd things. For instance, there was a headmaster who banned the playing of conkers in the UK unless the children were wearing safety goggles and gloves. And there's another company that banned the display of Christmas decorations because it was seen as dangerous. And of course these things are just ludicrous. And when asked why they'd decided to ban conkers and Christmas decorations, they said, oh, it's because of health and safety. And this was going on so much that the health and safety executive started their Mythbuster line. And you can ring them up and say, is this a result of health and safety, or is this just a result of somebody being a bit jobsworth? And they'll tell you. And most of these things are, in fact, just a result of somebody being jobsworth. And that gets health and safety a really bad name, and that's a real problem. Now, the third type is my own personal bugbear, and it's the one that, having started this YouTube channel, I'm meeting time and time and time again. And this is the person who derives their own self-importance from deciding that they are a non-appointed health and safety guardian, the non-appointed health and safety police who try and jump on your back every time you do something, to really just suck the fun out of something. And it's nothing to do with health and safety. I mean, they tell you it's health and safety because who but a Neanderthal could disagree that we need to look after ourselves. Now, I'm not an ignorant monster. I'm not arming children with forks and pointing them at plug sockets. I'm not going to school playgrounds and leaving razor blades, machine guns, petrol and matches lying around. I'm doing something sensibly with the proper amount of care that you need in order to do this, and giving people the proper kind of warnings. And I'm talking to people, really, who have got a brain. These are people who enjoy the subject. These are people who want to learn. These are people who know an awful lot about chemicals. Now, one guy wrote to me, and he was saying that I shouldn't be doing this because it was going to the general public, and the general public were essentially a crowd of morons who, if they got their hands on some sulfuric acid, would promptly drink the lot, so I shouldn't be doing it. Now, this guy, when people say things like that to you, you have to ask yourself, what is going through his head? Why is he doing that? And it's got nothing to do with health and safety. It's got to do with his own self-importance. He doesn't actually do anything. He just moans about other people doing stuff. So he can feel in control. So a lot of this stuff is basic laziness, the desire to feel in control when you're not in control, and to make people obey rules that you perceive that actually don't exist. And that's my real problem when it comes to health and safety. Not health and safety per se. It is, without a doubt, the sensible thing to do, that when you're doing this stuff, don't drink the acid, don't put your hands in the caustic soda, wear gloves, stand downwind, all that sort of stuff. Now, I obviously make mistakes. I did do this afternoon. I was doing some graphene intercalated compounds, and I was leaning a bit near to the beaker when I chucked in the ferric chloride, and I got a whiff of it, and I disappeared off camera. I had a good old cough, and if you watch that thing, near towards the end, you'll hear me coughing. These things happen, you know, it's just life. But it's my risk. It's the risk I want to take, and it's an informed risk. I expect everybody who watches these videos to be pretty much similar. It's an informed risk that they're taking, and of course life is all about informed risk. When you get into a car, you're taking a risk. You do what you can to sensibly minimise that risk. That is, you don't often drive over the speed limit, and let's face it, lots of us drive over the speed limit. You wear your seat belt, and all those kind of things. You take an informed risk, you make the best estimates you can, and off you go. You drive your car to Sainsbury's to do your shopping. It's a dangerous activity. We all do it all the time. Now, when it comes to these self-appointed guys, they get up in arms about the whole thing. And they always tell you that they're interested in other people and let's save the children and all that kind of stuff. And as I say, it's very difficult to disagree with them on that level, because you look really, really bad if you do. But you have to realise that that isn't what these guys are about. These guys are about trying to take charge, trying to have control over things. And that is what really, really annoys me. Because at the end of the day, let's face it, this is my YouTube channel. I've decided to put all of this stuff up there to share it with you guys and to get some feedback and build up a network where we can all work together and hopefully move things forward. But at the end of the day, it's my channel. I do it. And I don't really want somebody coming onto my channel to tell me that I should be doing it their way. And they get really, really upset when you do that. When they come on and tell you how you should be doing it, and you say, I'm sorry, matey boy, I'm just not going to do it that way, they get really upset. Now, they have the impression, and I suppose it's because it's on the internet, they have the impression that it's an open public forum. Well, it isn't. It's a moderated forum, and it's moderated by me. So when I get these things, they don't stay there very long, because I just look at them, and if I'm feeling in a good mood, I will raise a point against it. If they come back even more aggressive than the first point that they raised, I just delete them and I ban them from the channel. It's no real loss to me. Of course, the result of that is I get the occasional dislike posted on it, but I can live with that. Now, my view about these health and safety guys, and if you're one of these health and safety guys listening to this and getting really upset about it, then open your own YouTube channel. Do your own rants about why health and safety is important, and I'm sure you'll get an awful lot of viewers going there to see them. Please don't come to my channel and try to get me to spout what you believe. You believe that. I don't. I believe something else. I believe that life is about taking reasonable risk. It's about exploring things, that everything you do has the potential to hurt you, that all you can actually do is minimise that hurt by taking reasonable steps. And I give advice on reasonable steps, and I take those reasonable steps. If you don't think they're reasonable, don't do it. It's no skin off my nose. But please, don't bring your soapbox to my channel, because I'm just going to delete you and ignore you, and let other people, the sensible people that I'm talking to, let them make the decision. Don't you try and make the decision for them. Stop trying to take control out of people's hands when you have no real control in your own life. And that's my view on health and safety. So, another little rant, but I hope you enjoy it too. Thank you for watching.